Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to the School of Personal Finance. So, been doing a lot of thinking about traveling, going to the beach, getting out of here for a week or so over the summer. Been looking at different resorts, different prices, talking to my wife about, should we try to actually leave the country and go somewhere like the Bahamas, or are we better off staying within the country? Travel restrictions, testing, all of that stuff. And in my research, I figured I would blow the cobwebs off of my credit card rewards programs and see what I have available and where we could actually go for free. So got me thinking, might be a good idea to do a video, just high level overview about how travel rewards work, even just credit card rewards in general. Are they worth it? Things you have to watch out for, pitfalls, and I'll share with you, I'm not crazy with this stuff. I like to keep things simple. So I don't have a million different credit cards. I'm not part of a million different credit card rewards programs, but I do have a couple that are my go-tos. So I'll share that with you as well. And hey, maybe I'll even be able to get you a free trip this summer to a beautiful place of your choice. All right, let's get to it. The best place to start is to take a step back and just have a discussion around credit cards in general. Now, if you listen to like Dave Ramsey, he is totally anti-credit cards. He thinks you should pay for cash for everything. The credit cards, that they influence you to buy things you wouldn't normally buy, that it's just so easy to hit a button. And all those things are actually true, but we are well past the point of that. It is 2021. You can't buy things on Amazon with cash. You're not going to send Jeff Bezos a check in the mail or an envelope full of cash to buy something on Amazon. That ship has sailed. Everybody uses credit cards. So then the next question is there a way that you could be using them where at least you could get some kind of benefit back, be it cashback rewards or travel rewards or whatever it may be? Are there benefits that you are missing out on by not taking a little bit of time and researching what these different benefits are? So in this video, I'm going to try to go through some of this stuff and tell you about what I personally do, how I try to get free vacations at least once a year. Last year, there were no free vacations, but free hotel rooms. Like we did go stay in a hotel room for a couple nights when we had a storm and we lost power. I just picked my family up and, drove an hour up north and stayed in the hotel for a couple of nights. So able to do this using credit card rewards programs. Now, the credit card companies out there, they make billions of dollars. They are in the business of making money. They're not in the business of providing you with free travel and cash back out of the kindness of their hearts. They make billions and they are very good at what they do. So it is a very competitive landscape and they are all fighting to get you to sign up for their credit card, because what typically happens is that most people, even after you get those rewards, you'll be a long-time customer and you'll reach points in your lives where you will carry a balance, you'll pay annual membership fees, you will pay much more to the credit card company over the course of your lifetime than they will give you in free rewards. And then there's a very large part of the population that will just carry balances month to month. They'll never actually use any of the travel rewards that they accumulate, and they are very profitable for the credit card companies. So if they lose out on a very small percentage of the people that actually stay on top of this and are very disciplined and get the most out of these credit cards, they're willing to lose that, to eat that cost, because they know that a majority of the people are going to be very profitable for them. But it is worth mentioning that for any of these things, you have to have very solid credit. You have to be on solid financial ground. Like, you should be not doing any of this if you already have a lot of debt, or if you have any other credit card debt, then all of this stuff, it is not for you. So now, a couple of rules that you need to live by if you're going to try to take advantage of credit card rewards programs. And the first one, which should seem obvious, but they gamify it, they make it so that you really want to hit these bonuses. And that rule is that never spend money that you are not ordinarily going to spend anyway. Don't let them entice you into buying crap that you wouldn't have normally bought just in order to hit a spending bonus to get, a bunch of airline miles. Rule number 2 is that you never want to pay interest to a credit card company. So in any of these programs, there's no requirement that you carry a balance from month to month, that you pay interest on your purchases. That is the last thing you want to do. And then the third thing with these credit card rewards programs is a lot of the best cards, they have annual fees. So if you go ahead and you accumulate a dozen of these cards and each one has a $100 annual fee, you could find yourself paying over $1,000 a year just to have these credit cards. So you have to make sure that the benefits are worth keeping, that card where you're paying the annual fee. So I do have a few credit cards where I pay the annual fee every year, and I pay it happily because I am getting much more in return from having that credit card. All right, so let's start with cashback credit cards. Now, most cashback rewards cards, they don't have an annual fee, which is a very good thing. Now, I do like these. I think that it's worth it if you're going to be getting cash back. I just usually try to put things in dollar terms, like how much are you actually getting back? How much are you really saving by doing it? And there are a lot of players in this space. So like, for example, there's the Citi Double Cash, where it's very straightforward. You get 2% back on all of your purchases. You get 1%, I think, when you make the purchase, and 1% when you actually make the payment on it. So 2% back. So if you spend $10,000 a year on that credit card, it's $200, right, that you're saving throughout the year that you're getting in cash back. Then there are other cards like the Amazon credit card, where you get 5% off of all of your purchases on Amazon and at Whole Foods. So if you spend $500 a month on Amazon, then that's $25 a month that you're saving by having that credit card. So it is real money. It's $300 a year. Plus, if you use Whole Foods, then, that might be an additional couple $100 a year that you are saving. So for no annual fee, it could be worth it for you if you shop at those places a ton. Like there's the Lowe's credit card, Best Buy credit card, all these cards where they entice you by saying, we'll give you a percentage off of your first purchase. And if the numbers make sense, it does entice you to pull the trigger where you're like, you know what, I'm saving $300 off of this refrigerator that I'm about to buy, where you go ahead and you do it. So I've been using credit card travel points for over a decade now, and it didn't start with miles for me. That's what people usually think of, or airline miles. But I had a buddy that worked at Starwood Hotels, and he called me one day and he said, listen, they're having a crazy promotion right now on their credit card. You should go ahead and sign up for one. So I signed up for it. I think that I had to spend like $3,000 in the first 3 months on the credit card in order to hit the bonus, which I went ahead and I did with my ordinary day-to-day spending. I wasn't buying anything that I wouldn't normally buy to hit the bonus. So I get the bonus, and then me and my wife, we went on an awesome vacation a few months later. And I was like, wow, that was really cool. So it piqued my interest in this, and I started digging into it a little bit more. And I realized that there's this whole world of credit card churning. So when you have a credit card, once you hit the bonus, it's hard to accumulate points after that. So like with that Starwood card, I had hit the bonus, I used the points, and now I would get like 2 points for every dollar that I spend. So it would take me forever to get back up to that $80,000 in points that I had. So what I had to do was then start looking for other bonus cards. So I stopped using that Starwood card, right? Once I hit the bonus, I used it. I didn't want to use the card anymore. Then what I did was I went ahead and I applied for a different type of credit card that had a different bonus at the time. I would hit the spend over the 3 months, whatever it was, get the points, stop using that card, find the next card. So this is what they call credit card churning, where it's like you're always looking for the next bonus. But now you have to be careful, because a lot of these cards do have annual fees, and you have to make sure that you're going to actually get benefits from the card well beyond just that initial bonus that you're going to be spending. But now you can cancel cards as well. So if you get a card, you use the bonus, and you don't see any benefit to keeping that card, then you could cancel it a year later, and it's not the end of the world. It's not going to kill your credit by doing that, because you're going to have other cards. You're going to have a good credit score anyway leading into this. So I do cancel credit cards that I'm paying an annual membership fee for if I'm not getting any value from it. But a lot of these cards, they will also let you reduce the type of card you have to one that does not have an annual fee. Now, there's so many different rewards programs. You have all the hotel chains that have their own programs. You have all of the airlines that have their own. The banks are part of all this as well. So the banks, they issue the credit cards for the hotel chains or the airlines, but then they also have their own point system. So like Chase Ultimate Rewards is, in my opinion, the best one out there. Your Chase Ultimate Rewards points, you could use them, you could transfer them to different airlines, use them with different partners. So they're very valuable points. And I don't even do, like even before the pandemic, I don't travel to Europe or to Asia. I'm not making those trips, but people that do, there is a whole rabbit hole that you could go down and, you know, get free first class trips to Asia and things like that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm trying to keep this simple and take my family on vacation like once a year or once every other year, with sprinkling little hotel trips in between there. That's where I find the most use out of all of these points. But I want my flights for free, and I also want the hotel for free. Now, for me and my wife, it's a little bit different and easier because we are both self-employed. So the business cards, that's a whole nother element, and they have great bonuses as well. Now, you don't have to be like a huge business in order to apply and get approved for a business credit card. You could have, an eBay store, a side hustle. You could have any small business where you could apply for a credit card through them. I mean, obviously, you have to be very truthful on the application, but you don't have to be like an LLC or an S corporation or have this big self-employed business that you're running in order to qualify. All right, so for the Marriott cards right now, so the current offer is 75,000 bonus points, and that's after you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months. And the trick is, if you're married, that you and your spouse, you both do it. So you do it first, you hit the bonus, and then when it's done, then you have your spouse do it, and then they hit the bonus. And now between the two of you, you have 150,000 bonus points, plus the points you got for spending in order to hit that bonus. Another nice perk with this Marriott card is you get one free night award every year. So on your anniversary, they award you one free hotel night, and that right there is worth more than the $95 annual fee. You just have to make sure that you take advantage of it. Like when I was looking in my account with my wife, I realized that I have a couple, they call them e-certificates of free night awards. So I was like, we just need to go away for a night just to get out of here, get somebody to come stay with my 3 children, and we'll escape for a night and go stay in the hotel. Even if it's only 45 minutes away or an hour away, go out to a nice dinner. All right, and then for Chase Ultimate Rewards, I use the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So the current bonus that they have on this card is 80,000 points, and you have to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. And this card also has a $95 annual fee. So you have to make sure that you're taking full advantage of these points and of the program. And now when you use these 80,000 bonus points and you redeem them through Chase Ultimate Rewards, that's worth $1,000 in travel. So me and my wife both have these cards as well. So if you have a significant other where you could each get these cards, that's $2,000 worth of travel. So for me, a family of 5, that covered airline tickets if we want to go down to the Bahamas. So really just the point of this video was to scratch the surface. You could go down the rabbit hole and it gets crazy down in there. Like people, there are so many strategies, different ways you could use these points, traveling abroad. I mean, there's some very smart people throwing out great content around strategies for using these points. But my goal here was to just open your eyes to it. Like if you just follow that simple strategy of getting a couple of Chase cards, a couple of Marriott cards, between you and your significant other, it really is realistic that you go on a pretty nice vacation this summer and it's pretty much paid for, depending on where you want to go and how many people are in your family. But it is realistic. Like I have been doing it for years through these different programs and cards. And even this year, we have a lot of points right now just because I've hit different bonuses throughout the years. We have the personal cards, we have the business cards, and we haven't traveled in a long time. So we would be able to go to Atlantis and have the flights for free through Chase Ultimate Rewards, have enough points that we could stay at Atlantis for 7 nights and it would be covered. So with Marriott also, when you book 5 nights using points, you get the 6th night free. So that's another thing. So if you book 7 nights, you're only using points for 6 of the nights. So it's another nice feature with the Marriott cards. Plus I have those certificates as well that I need to use up. So a lot of travel can be done using these different rewards programs. But my goal here was just to open your eyes to it. You really need to do a lot of research and digging in and see where you want to go on vacation. But a couple great resources like the Points Guy, they have a great website. He puts out a ton of content. Travel Miles 101 is another good website where they come up with different strategies and talk to you different ways of using your bonus points. And then even like Nerd Wallet, places like that. There's a ton of info out there if you're looking for it. So, my best advice is to tread lightly, start slowly, try to wrap your head around it all, and then pick somewhere that you want to go and see if there is a way for you to save some money getting there. But don't go and apply for 15 different credit cards and try to hit all these bonuses at one time. Again, the main thing is you need to be on solid financial ground, on good footing. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're paying interest, where you're paying an exuberant amount in fees. You want to make sure what the benefits are that you're getting with all these cards, because people have a tendency to get these cards and then you stick them in the drawer or you forget what the benefits are and they expire. So you don't want to be in that situation. You want to make sure that you're taking advantage of it and that you're one of the small percentage of people out there that are actually winning in this game and coming out ahead. Now, Dave Ramsey, he would say that nobody's winning because it still forces you, it still changes your behavior and it forces you to make purchases that you wouldn't normally make. But reality is we're all using credit cards these days, so you might as well get a little back for using all these credit cards. So start slow, tread lightly, learn more about it, and hopefully you could find yourself sitting on a beach somewhere, and it was all paid for using Chase Ultimate Rewards points or Marriott points or Hyatt points or Hilton points or whatever it is. So I hope that you found this one helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below what your favorite credit cards are, any travel rewards programs that you're currently using, and I will see you again next week. Thanks.